Today my kids asked if we could go fishing. Our ponds by our house are completely overgrown with Johnson grass and willow and all kinds of gnarly stuff. And honestly, the last time I tried to put my string trimmer in here, it was getting bound up like crazy. The head kept getting jammed. And I was just thinking, man, I need something really beefy today to get down to the lake. And I've been wanting to try a different type of brush blade. We have another video where we taught Stu test all the brush blades that Steel offers, and there's a lot of aftermarket ones too. And so I went and found, I think, a pretty dang cool blade. This is made by Oregon. We're gonna start selling these if they're any good. If this video, if I'm positive, they'll be on my website. They install in a really weird way. You would think it would be this way, wings up, but it actually goes on wings down. So this is what's engaging the ground, which I'm curious as could be to see how this works. Let's try it, let's install it. We're about to get into some of the gnarly stuff I've ever tried to string trim. I brought out a big FS 240 today. My kids are here. We're gonna hopefully fish. The challenge today is to catch a bass, right?
Yeah.
We're gonna try to catch a bass. This is how we're gonna get there. The crazy blade, we're gonna try. The brush cutter, let's get into it. I want to interrupt our video briefly to talk about our website, mainstreetmower.com. It's a new passion project for us. We want to build the best mower website on the market, where it's the easiest place to find your parts, find your products, and to browse things. If you like our channel, the best way to support our channel is to shop at mainstreetmower.com. And if you have a great dealer in your town, we don't want you to shop on our website. We want you to support your local dealer. But if you don't have a great dealer, we want to be your dealer. Check it out. Back to the video. So first thing I got to do is take off this head. Put my pin tool in. When you take off these heads, it's actually reverse threaded, so righty-loosey, which is totally mind-boggling. I'm putting the tips down, which is also mind-boggling. Then I put on my washer and then my cup and then the nut. And it's also reversed still, so lefty-tighty. I'm excited to see, oop, got it off here. There's a little shoulder you gotta get it to sit on, there we go. I'm really excited to see how this works. It really kind of confuses me that those tips are down, but maybe you can like really like scratch the ground up with it. I'm a little nervous that it's gonna just grab hold and run into me. So today, I don't know if you'll be able to see, courtesy of a fan, one of you subscribers, Harry, you're a legend. He gave me the most crazy leg guards you've ever seen. There's bald eagles, American flags, these colors don't run, and carbon fiber, baby. These things are wild. My wife is thanking you, Harry, for the incredible style you've continued to add to my life, making me look cooler every day. Oh, I just heard a bass jump. Let's get into it. Let's get into it. Oh. I think I found a good pathway in. Let's try it. I don't think we're gonna sneak up on the fish, but it is working incredibly well. I don't know if you can see this. This is like some like 1 inch, 3/4 inch wood that I'm just lowering this thing on, and it is chopping it up like I'm playing a Fruit Ninja game. This is kind of insane. I'm gonna get down here to the muddy edge. I think this is working incredibly well. Maybe one of the better heads I've ever used. was honestly pretty serious amount of wood, grass. I'm really impressed with the head. We're about the cats a couple times. You know, in fishing, you always want the sun in your face, blah, 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 blah. Comment if you fish a lot. I'd love to know if you're a fisherman. I think it's cool that you guys get to create your own schedule and you guys get to fish a lot more than I do. I get to talk to a lot of landscapers and you guys are always fishing. Okay, moving on to the next spot. While we got a chance, we'll clear 2 spots. Then when I come back here later, I'll take a picture, put it on the community page. You guys can see if I actually catch a bass. But at least we can set it up so the kids can fish while I'm not around. Let's go. So in conclusion, what are my thoughts on this incredible head? You know, I've seen these all over the internet. Guys in like Thailand using them, rice paddy type situations, are using these 2-stroke Kawasaki trimmers. That's why I brought the big 240. You know, you need a lot of power to run this head because there's such large gaps between each cutting blade. Has a lot of opportunity to bog the head down and stop it. The more blades you have, the less gap there is, the more consistent momentum you can carry. So you need a high horsepower engine if you're gonna run this head, is what I found out today. You can bog it down, you can stall it out in like really thick grass. But once it gets up to speed, that large gap does carry a lot of inertia, and it doesn't have to chip away at it, it just chops it like a dang wood chopper, just chock like an axe. And I was cutting through stuff, way thicker stuff than I would normally cut through with a trimmer head. Sometimes, like on some of the steel ones that are like sawtooth shaped, you'll like cut your way through like a chainsaw. This thing was felt more like a mulcher head. I could raise it up and lower it on top of an entire plant. This little shape, these little lips here, kind of contained it, and it would just, it felt like Captain America having his blast shield getting hit by some kind of like photon or something. It just, I don't know. It was incredible how you could just mulch up stuff so well. It's hard to do a job like this, to get down to the water, to get through both grass, which is incredibly thick. This grass is crazy strong, right? And a normal string trimmer, it doesn't even do a dent in it. It just gets all bound up around its head instantaneously. But you have to have a blade for something like this to really do it right. And then to mix into this all types of thick sticks and branches, and this was the best head for this job. It worked perfectly for that. There was stuff that thick I was just throwing it into, and it would just hit it and clobber it and boom, shake free. I was worried that if this head dug in, it would grab and maybe like try to run away from me. That's why I wanted to wear a harness and have bicycle handlebars so I had full control. That's why I left my guard on, just to kind of protect myself a little bit. But honestly, it felt super controlled. Because these were tapered down, I had a little bit of awareness when this would hit the ground first. It wasn't like the entire blade was digging in, just the tip was digging in, and the tip was controllable. The tip I could feel and understand and comprehend, oh, I'm getting close to the whole thing digging in. If this was upside down, it would be like all of a sudden the entire blade would make contact, boom, and it would freak you out. So the fact that this is curved down makes complete sense to me now. Yes, it maybe limits you to cutting grass that tall, but how often are you cutting grass shorter than that? And if you really want to cut shorter than that, you just use the tips. I was blown away with the head. I think it's totally worth the buy if you're doing this type of stuff. If you're just doing grass only, specializing grass only, probably not your best grass cut, maybe not your best finish cut. But if you're doing brush, serious brush, mixed grass with plants and Johnson and all these kind of things, I think this thing's incredible. We're gonna put them on our website. I think it's worth the buy. Guys, go get you one. Thanks for watching.